Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Zach Frazier reveals Steelers' true intentions on pivotal play in Commanders' win. Head coach Mike Tomlin and quarterback Russell Wilson of the Pittsburgh Steelers were coy with the media after beating the Washington Commanders. They might have to teach that skill to rookie center Zach Frazier. The Steelers sealed their 28-27 victory by getting Commanders rookie defensive lineman Jajon Newton to jump off sides. The penalty gave the Steelers a first down on 4th and 1 with 1:02 remaining in the fourth quarter. With no Washington timeouts remaining, the Steelers took 2 kneel downs after the penalty to end the game. Tomlin and Wilson both declined to tell the media whether or not the offense planned to run a play before Newton gave the Steelers a free first down. But Frazier spilled the beans, telling reporters the offense didn't intend to go for the fourth down try. All we were doing was breaking the huddle and then trying to sell, like we were going to sneak it. So broke the huddle, Frazier told the media, via ESPN's Brooke Pryor. Everyone just sprinted to the ball, kind of acted like we were going to sneak it. And, Wilson, got him with the hard count. Just as Frazier did, Tomlin received a question about the potential fourth down try just before Newton's penalty. But Tomlin declined to answer it. Instead, he gave the media a wry smile. "We'll never know, will we?" Tomlin said as the coach and reporters shared a laugh. "You know I'm a degenerate." Tomlin was aggressive throughout the matchup with the Commanders, especially in the first quarter. The Steelers won the toss and elected to receive the opening kickoff. They also called a fake punt on 4th and 15 at their own 16-yard line in the opening quarter. The Steelers head coach admitted that those aggressive calls didn't work out for his team. Pittsburgh went 3-and-out on its opening drive and threw an incomplete pass on the fake punt, resulting in a turnover on downs. But it's possible Newton believed the Steelers were actually going to run a play on 4th and 1 late in the fourth quarter because of their early aggressiveness. Wilson didn't even have to receive a question about the potential fourth down attempt. Before a reporter had an opportunity to ask him, the quarterback declined the question. "We were trying to get another first down. Cordarrelle Patterson almost got it on 3rd down. That was close," Wilson told reporters. "Then it's just trust. It's trusting Coach Tomlin in what decision he wants to make and how we want to go about it. We had the mentality of making a play depending on what we were going to do. I'm not going to tell you guys what we were going to do. But what we were able to accomplish there was huge. It could have benefited the Steelers down the road if future opponents believed Tomlin was going to go for the fourth down try. Should the Steelers be in a similar situation later this season, then their opponent would have to honor the possibility of the Pittsburgh offense running a play. In turn, that could lead to another offsides penalty as the Steelers earned in Week 10. But Frazier spoiled all of that, revealing Tomlin's true intention. With no play called, the Steelers likely would have called a timeout and then punted had Newton not jumped off sides. It's not a big deal, but the Steelers do not benefit at all by publicly saying their plan on the fourth down call. How serious is Alex Highsmith's ankle injury? While the Pittsburgh Steelers gave up 27 points, and the defense deserved the vast majority of the blame for it, they made the necessary plays down the stretch. Particularly after taking the late lead, all phases contributed to preserving it. Unfortunately for OLB Alex Highsmith, it cost him an ankle injury. The fifth-year veteran is having the unluckiest season of his career, having already suffered 2 groin injuries. While pressuring Commanders QB Jayden Daniels late, Highsmith suffered his 3rd injury. He inadvertently stepped on Daniels' feet with his own left foot, severely twisting his ankle. But that is a visual description of the mechanism of injury from a layman. All I'm saying about the injury is that Alex Highsmith turned his ankle in a way very much not intended to turn. The Steelers will have to find out within the next day or so how severe the injury actually is. Highsmith already missed through games earlier in the regular season because of a previous groin injury. Now he is set to miss at least a couple more, most likely, and possibly even several. He had been playing some of his best football, as well, coming off a 2-sack game, and nearly sacking Daniels on that play in question. Fortunately for the Steelers, they are better equipped to withstand this latest injury for Highsmith. They just acquired Preston Smith via trade, who already got a chunk of snaps in and made a play or two. Additionally, Nick Herbig should be back at least from an injury of his own, hopefully in time for the Ravens. But there is no good timing for an injury. The Steelers will unquestionably be a weaker team without Alex Highsmith for however long he is out with injury. But that is why the Steelers attempted to prepare for such variables, the Smith acquisition looking particularly shrewd this morning. Smith technically had a sack in this game, bringing down Terry McLaurin in a busted trick play. Head coach Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers were very aggressive early in their Week 10 matchup against the Washington Commanders. That strategy didn't pay dividends. Most notably, the Steelers tried to run a fake punt on 4th and 15 from their own 16-yard line. But the intended receiver on the play, cornerback James Pierre, dropped the pass. During his post-game press conference, Tomlin took responsibility for the failed 4th down attempt. But the Steelers' head coach also defended his aggressive decision early in Week 10. You can't come into hostile environments versus good people and not aggressively pursue victory, Tomlin told reporters. We're not going to live in our fears. That is me. I own that, Tomlin added, referring to the fake punt try. I'll do it again. But we didn't execute it, and so, it was a bad idea. Although the Steelers' offense went 3-and-out twice on its first 3 drives, Pittsburgh controlled the first 10 minutes against Washington. The Steelers held a 7-0 lead and allowed 9 yards to the Commanders on their first 2 possessions. But the first quarter quickly changed at the end of Pittsburgh's 3rd drive. Instead of punting on 4th and 15, the Steelers ran a fake punt attempt at their 16-yard line. Special teams ace Miles Killebrew received the snap and threw a pass down the sideline to Pierre. Pierre was wide open near the line to gain. Had he caught Killebrew's pass, the Steelers could have continued to control the first quarter with a 1st and 10 beyond the 30-yard line. Instead, Pierre dropped the pass, which resulted in a turnover on downs. Already in the red zone, Washington only needed 3 plays to score the game-tying touchdown. During the game, Steelers media and fans argued about the fake punt on social media. The Tribune Review's Tim Benz questioned the fake punt decision because it happened deep in Pittsburgh territory, while Steelers insider Mark Kaboly strongly defended the call. The play obviously lacked execution. But as one would expect from a leader regarded as a player's coach, Tomlin didn't blame Pierre and took responsibility himself for the error. Blazing fast Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver sustains injury. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin III suffered an undisclosed injury against the Washington Commanders and did not return. Austin went into the medical tent twice during the game. He first headed into the medical tent during the first quarter but would come out shortly after that and return. However, after he caught a ball from Russell Wilson, Austin was sandwiched from behind and noticeably shaken up. The referees asked for him to be removed and he did not return to the game. After the game, Austin appeared normal in the locker room. That does not mean that Austin is okay, but it is at least a good sign of where things stand for now. In the post-game press conference, Mike Tomlin did not mention Austin as someone injured but later acknowledged that Austin had been banged up. When the Steelers return to Pittsburgh, they will evaluate Austin and find out more about the anticipated injury and how long Austin might miss with the injury if he misses any time. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Calvin Austin? Leave your opinion in the comments.